thought our first half defense was elite. I mean, and barring a couple inbounds play, maybe in the zone, and a couple times in the zone, our man-to-man first half defense I thought was very good. They didn't shoot it the best of first half. Obviously, they made up for it in the second half, made some deep bombs there. But I thought the way the game was played the first half, I enjoyed it. It was good for the fans. There was a lot of fouls called early in the second half, which kind of changed the way the game was played. We had to run a lot of zone, do a lot of things to make sure we stayed out of foul trouble. So it was a lot of positive. The negative we can take away from that is even though when we're in foul trouble, we played like scarecrows on the perimeter a lot in the second half, trying not to foul, and that allowed them to get it down there inside the charge arc where we're inevitably going to have to foul. And so, like, you got to be a lot more physical. You got to be legal, but you got to be physical when they drive the basketball, and you got to man up out there and stop them on the perimeter. And that's why they were able to score in the second half. They beat us in the second half. They scored 43 points compared to 27 in the first, besides their deep bombs. But overall, obviously, incredible play from Mature. Jaden Campbell was really good. Hadn't practiced as much this week. He was great. Then Rylan Jones, y'all got to interview, almost had a triple-double, so that doesn't happen very often. I mean, his value to our team is incredible, not just because of the great plays he can make, the way he sees the game, and what he's about, his intangibles, just in terms of knowing where he's supposed to be, his leadership. It's just his values. It's indescribable. And when you got guys like that and some of your best players who literally really do only care about coming out and winning, it's not about how they look. It's not about anything like that, their stats, what kind of shoes they're wearing. Like when you have your leaders that are out there and that's what they do, it's easy for everybody to fall in line. So I thought everybody came in and played good. Josh Holloway came in there in the first half. He was good before he got in foul trouble. And so that's a common theme for some of these guys. We got to find ways for our good players to do what they can, play physical, but don't pick up the cheap fouls. Don't pick up the cheap fouls. But hey, here we go. It's league play. We go turn around Saturday, play VMI right here, and then we go right Tuesday at Western. It's the league play, man. It's too much fun. I mean, it's just too much fun.
In the preseason, you talked about a chore. Like, watch out, we're going to see the growth for him. Another big game for him. I think he's averaging almost 20 points in the 3 SoCon games.
Yeah.
Just talk about what you've seen for him and his growth over this year compared to last.
Yeah, the reason a chore is so good is because he's so coachable. He doesn't have all the answers. You know, sometimes you coach players and they just think they have every answer. And so what that does, it caps their improvement, right? The humility of the kid to take coaching. And that's one deal that people don't really talk about a lot, is about people selling as a player. It relates a lot, not just to some of their athleticism and different things and work ethic, but it relates a lot to their character and how humble they can be. He's not a blame shifter. He's not a guy that comes to the locker room and blames everyone else. Well, they didn't throw me the ball. That's why you're never going to hear that. He's not a guy that makes excuses. He doesn't do that. He takes coaching. He's in the gym. He's tough. He doesn't complain, and that's why you see his ceiling. And I've coached other guys that in the past that, hey, they can be very talented, but they're capped. They're capped not because of their athletic ability, but because they're unable to take that coaching. They're unable to humble themselves. And that's why he's made such a big jump. If I told you in junior college, Achor, his entire time in junior college, took 1 3-point shot, was 0 for 1. Now you look at him now, and he's deadly from 3. Okay, like you're looking at somebody by next year that can play on the perimeter like he is now, but could probably play the 3 or the 4 if he needs to. And I've coached some guys that are playing now in the NBA, in Trendon Watford and Colby Jones, and there's a lot of things with the Chores game that reminds me of Trendon Watford, and a lot of things that he can do. Some things he can do better than Trendon, some things Trendon does better than him, but what they had was that ability to be coached and to continue to improve. So I think you're still just seeing where it is, tip of the iceberg for Achor. I think he's going to keep improving. And, you look at somebody as a player like that who can guard down low and challenge shots, but he can also switch off and he can guard on the perimeter. On the press, he can come up there and guard in the full court and then guard deep. That's elite. That's an elite basketball player.
Got 14 wins in a row, longest win streak in the country. What's been that spark that's kept this thing going?
Improvement. We just improved and had different guys step up, and then depth. I think that if you don't have depth, that's difficult because an injury here, a foul trouble there, a sickness there, and that streak's usually broken. And I also think the style of play that these guys play with, which is they're passing the basketball. They're very good passers. So it's a team effort. So one guy in foul trouble, one guy hurt, it's not like, what do we do now? And that's just the style of players they are. I think we talked to some of y'all last, in the summer, and I said this is the best passing team we've had, and you see that. We're one of the tops in the country in assists, and therefore one of the tops in three-point shooting. They go hand in hand. Like, when you got good passers, you get better shots. And so that's been the reason for the streak, and it's got to continue.